I didn't want to go back to life because I didn't really want to be here. I was struggling. I didn't know how to keep living. I just wanted to all be over.
I asked the Niners to please get my son some help.
We grew up in Sydney, Australia. It was definitely, a very fun place to grow up.
Ella was 4, Solomon was 2, always playing together on the beach, just the best of friends.
I grew up kind of nerdy, awkward, kind of like weird, and she kind of pushed me along the way and helped me find out who I am in this world. I just thought she was the coolest person. I was like, dang, I just want to be like her. Her favorite flower was a sunflower. So the sun is bright joy, and that just reminds me of Ella's heart.
Ella was diagnosed early with anxiety.
A lot of anxiety and also some depression.
Martha was really making sure that Ella had the right, attention, the right medications. We had her go into a therapist.
But I really didn't start noticing it bad until she was in Arkansas. At the time, Ella started struggling, and I really wanted to be around her and be with her. I took an official visit there, but Ella was like, what are you doing, man? You have Stanford in front of you. I'll be fine.
Ella became withdrawn. She became moody. But going to the games on Saturdays was absolute therapy.
Upset! Solomon Thomas again! Talk about coming of age.
You could hear her cheering about everybody else. She was free. It was like the yoke of burden, of stress, of anxiety was lifted. But unfortunately, it came back once she left the game.
I could tell when she was struggling, when she was happy, when she was sad, when she was faking something, and something wasn't right.
There was a dichotomy between what Ella was going through and then what Solomon was going through. He was going up, and at the same time, Ella was going down.
The San Francisco 49ers select Solomon Thomas.
I always go back and watch a video of me getting drafted and Ella yanking on my arm, like yanking on my arm. I'll forever feel her yanking on my arm.
Thank you so much.
Early in my rookie year, my sister moved back from Arkansas. We wanted to get her where we could just kind of have our eyes on her, where we could get her help, and just start the process of getting Ella back to being Ella.
Christmas 2017 was a magical time. Ella seemed to understand that she needed to make a turn. She needed to get herself back on track.
She was happy. She was present. She said this beautiful prayer at dinner.
Thank you for allowing us to do your work.
You could feel her energy again.
Continue to guide us and keep us in the light.
The energy that we just died for all the time.
Amen. It's really hard to put all the pieces together. We didn't know it all. It seemed like we did. We thought we did. And then after she died, we realized we didn't. January 23rd, 2018 was a horrible day.
Yeah,
Ella was not at home. She was supposed to go to work. And she wasn't. So I went to try to find her. And there were already police there.
I got a call from my dad, and I just knew. I don't know how, but I knew. And my dad could barely talk. And he said Ella died.
What did I do wrong? What did we do wrong? Why did she take her life? Why was the pain so much that she felt like she had to leave this place? Why did she feel that she was better off not here? And I miss her every day.
Going back to San Francisco, at that point emotionally, I was not well. I could care less if we win or lost. I could care less if I got a sack, if I got a tackle. I was struggling. I didn't know how to keep living after this death. I didn't know how to keep moving on. I didn't want to go back to life because I didn't really want to be here. Like, I didn't want to be without Ella. I was seeing black everywhere. I just wanted to all be over.
I was so broken that I couldn't help him myself. So I went and asked the Niners to please get my son some help.
Ella was a bright light. She had become part of the 49er family, and so, we all missed her. There was a void for everyone. I knew how much he cared for his sister. I knew how close their family was. I knew Solomon really well, and I just saw an emptiness. As we were in the cafeteria, finally being compelled just to go up to him and say, Solly, I've been watching, and I just, something's not right. I want to be here for you.
I took that conversation in, and I was like, damn, I really need help right now. And, John telling me that, it made me feel like he gave me permission to finally get help, and that's all I needed.
It was like a weight off his shoulder, and he said, I'd like to do that.
And that conversation, could have saved my life.
Solomon Thomas from San Francisco to Las Vegas.
He made that decision to go elsewhere. We all understood that maybe it was best to start a new chapter.
This young man does not have the appearance of someone who's going to back down.
I started going to therapy, learned how to sort through my emotions, learned how to sort through my anger. I'll journal, I write affirmations. Getting help is life-changing for me. When I ride out of the tunnel now, I just take everything in. It's just a very huge feeling of gratitude and a very different reason of my why. Going through what I've gone through in my career, I still want to be the best. That has changed. I want to be the best, to bring attention to mental health. We're going to rewrite the culture of mental health in our society, and day by day, we will erase the stigma. We started the organization, The Defensive Line, in honor of Ella. Our mission is to end the epidemic of youth suicide by transforming the way we connect and communicate over mental health through our suicide prevention workshops.
I would have been afraid to ask someone before, are you thinking of suicide? I do know now that those questions need to be asked. Suicide prevention to me is a huge message of hope.
After Ella died, we had this plan. We were going to spread our ashes, in the most special places that we thought of our lives in Australia. And we went to this place called Pebbly Beach in southern Australia. It was a place that we went when we were younger, and where we have pictures of Ella and I playing with kangaroos. We took Ella's ashes over there.
We got to the beach and nobody was there. Nobody was there.
It was empty. There were no kangaroos, no nothing.
So we made a heart with pebbles and put her ashes in.
We were just gonna wait for the waves to wash it away. We all held hands, cried, and said some words to Ella, and then all of a sudden we're walking back to the car, and about 30 kangaroos come out of the woods, and it was the most beautiful thing.
The kangaroos just coming up to us, and it was like Ella just washing over us.
Grief to me, it's like the waves. Having a wave crash over you and it slams you to the sand. You can't fight it, because if you fight it, you're gonna lose all your energy. But if you kind of go with it, you get to eventually get back up to air.
You know, I'm reminded of the sunflower quote, and it says, despite knowing they won't be here for long, they still choose to be their brightest lives. I think of Ella's legacy of being a legacy of brightness, of life, of hope, of love.
She's never leaving me. I'll forever feel her Yankee on my arm. She's in my heart forever. Ella will forever live through me.